If you're feeling triggered by watching any of my videos, please know you have all the permission in the universe just to turn it off and not watch anymore. Thank you. Hi, my name is Gregory, and we're back to understand the cycle of narcissistic abuse and grooming and how to keep our children safe in organizations. We need to understand a little bit about narcissists. There's a lot on the internet about narcissists. There's all kinds of very inflammatory things flying around. Who's a narcissist? How do you protect from a narcissist? How do you get even with a narcissist? Let's just drop all that at the door because for my intents and purposes, what you need to understand about a narcissist is that narcissists, in short, they do whatever they want with whomever they want, whenever they want. So this is just a very, very selfish and self-centered person. I do this presentation live. I'm doing it on the internet just so it gets out to more people because it's very important to me to prevent child sexual abuse and this kind of abuse particularly that happens in groups and organizations. What I do in my live presentation is I show a picture of a flower that has come to a bud and then a flower that has blossomed. And how I like to explain a narcissist or somebody with narcissistic personality traits. It doesn't mean these guys have narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, that would be a whole huge diagnosis, but they have narcissistic personality traits. They want to do whatever they want with whomever they want, whenever they want. It's like they came to the bud part and then they just didn't get to the blossom part. So most of us healthy people, we get to a point where we think about ourselves all the time. We want what we want when we want it. But then we blossom and we go, oh, well, I want chocolate ice cream and I want to go to the movies, but the rest of my family wants to eat Chinese food and stay home. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to compromise, Or you're in a relationship, you're in a romantic relationship, and you're like, oh, my boyfriend really hates going to hockey games. I love going to hockey games. Maybe I'll have to go to hockey games with my girlfriends from now on because I don't want to drag my boyfriend to a hockey game when I know he hates it. You start to realize that other people in the world have their own wants and what they want to do and who they want to do those things with. And you start to have to, learn some give and take to get along with other people in this world. Narcissists don't blossom to that point. They get to the bud and then they stay there. They're just wanting whatever they want with whomever they want, whenever they want it. And they're good at getting it. They're manipulative. They can manipulate in a lot of ways. It doesn't mean they're sadistically manipulating it. Maybe they're cheerfully manipulating it. Maybe they know how to get what they want with a smile. Maybe they know how to get what they want by giving you your favorite meal. And then they can get what they want after they've, wined and dined you a little bit. They're just manipulative. They're very good at getting what they want. But I like to think of it as just they haven't blossomed to the point where they realize other people have wants and other people have every right to have what they want in life too. And that they care and have that empathy that, oh, somebody else should get what they want in their life. And if they kind of trample past somebody else's wants and cross those boundaries, they don't feel the remorse that the rest of us feel, because we've done that. Our best friend or our husband or something, we've gotten what we've wanted. And then we go, ooh, wow, I really didn't consider my best friend. I was really inconsiderate when I did that. And then you feel bad. And you're like, hey, that was really inconsiderate of me. I'm sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? Because you feel remorse when you've crossed a line with someone. They don't. So they don't have empathy that other people have wants and desires, and then they don't feel remorse if they're crossing lines with people. So it's kind of a simplistic view, but that's narcissistic. It's narcissistic personality traits. These guys, mostly they're guys, sometimes they're women, mostly they're guys, they have narcissistic personality traits. You can count on that. Because to hurt a child is hard. It's hard to hurt a child. Most of us want to take care of kids. Most of us want to be kind to kids or give them a smile. So we can say pretty confidently that these guys have narcissistic personality traits. So let's talk about the cycle of narcissistic abuse. In each part of this cycle, I'm going to give you points where I believe an informed and trusted adult can step in on behalf of the child. Because I don't think you can teach a 7-year-old or a 12-year-old to identify this kind of manipulation and protect themselves. I don't think you can do it. Love bombing feels so great. It would be hard for anybody to say, can you stop making me the center of your world and making me feel so good? I think this is a little not healthy. It just feels so good. You're not going to stop it. Somebody on the outside might see it though. There's 3 stages of the cycle of narcissistic abuse. There's the idealized phase, there's the devalue stage, and there's the discard phase. I'm going to take the idealized stage and I'm going to break it out into a subsection of the hook. Because if you don't understand the hook, you're never going to understand how the abuse happens and how come the kid doesn't go and get help. Because most of these kids are good kids. Most of these kids have somebody in their life that they could have told, but they didn't tell. You need to understand the hook if you're going to understand the rest of that. So we're going to take first the stages of grooming, and the first stage is the idealized stage. So this first stage feels great. It feels so good. The predator makes a huge effort to establish a relationship with the target. The predator is going to pour tons of time and attention into the target. The relationship's going to move very quickly, and the target is going to feel like they have such a great connection with the predator. This is like the one they've been waiting for. Or that this is the person that really understands them. Sometimes you'll hear the word soulmate. Sometimes a predator will actually use that word. I feel like I've met my soulmate. Man, somebody tells you, I think you're my soulmate, I would get like red flags, like ding, 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 ding. Like, really? I've only known you for 3 weeks and you think I'm your soulmate? That's a little bit not normal in a relationship. However, this is a game that the predator is playing. They will go to extremes of love bombing to get the target kind of coming back for more. Because it feels so great. It does. I mean, you're just euphoric. So they will find out that you're really into cats, and they'll be sending you funny cat videos and TikToks and look at this cutie and, you know, little cat emojis, and you're being love bombed like crazy and all about cats, and they love cats, and they'll be telling you cat stories and how they rescued a cat at one time, and you think that you have this real connection because whatever you like, they like. It's called mirroring. And, you know, it's just like you can't help but feel this is the one. This is the person that gets you like nobody else has ever gotten you. This is the idealized phase. It will move very fast. They're bombing you with love and TikToks. They're always there for you. They have time for you. Now, what's going on? Well, first of all, the predator is getting a lot out of this phase because the victim is feeling amazing and great, and they're blabbing their whole lives. They're telling this person everything. Then this happened and that happened, and usually I sit home alone in my room with my cat because my cat's the only person in this household that I can trust. Having a beloved pet. It's one of the things on the profile of a victim, having a beloved pet. There's a reason for that. Sometimes the beloved pet becomes the hook. I have a sad story to talk about that. The predator is learning all kinds of things during this love bombing phase. Because the kid being love bombed, it just feels so amazing. They're pouring out their life story. Trust happens fast. They feel like they've never met anybody like this before. They've never known anybody in their life that has ever thought they're so sweet and they're so special and there's something so great about this. And it's usually not threatening or sexual in the love bombing phase. It could be a little romantic, a little intimate, but it won't feel threatening. It's not going to send up red flags. They're not going to, at this phase, be saying to the kid, you're so sweet, you're so special. How about you take your shirt off in front of the camera? Not at this phase, okay? This phase is TikTok videos of kittens if the kid likes kittens. This is, you're into D&D? Oh, who's your character name? Oh, let's play a game together. It won't be creepy. It's not going to send off their vibes. It's just going to feel great. And then the predator's learning all kinds of things. The kid doesn't have a dad at home. The mom works all the time. The kid's really into their cat. The kid often spends time alone. Kid doesn't have a best friend. Kid's best friend is named this. The kid protects their little brother from their alcoholic father. The kid would do anything for their little brother. I mean, they're just gleaning tons and tons and tons of information because the predator has got to find this kid's hook. Until he finds the hook, no abuse will start. Got to have the kid's hook because they've got to, 1, keep the kid into more abuse, and 2, keep the kid quiet. That's why I say it's not just the 3 points, it's the 4th one of pulling the hook out. The hook is super important. So all this love bombing, trust, finding the hook, that's what we're going to talk about next, making the child complicit. So finding their trust. Hopefully you're understanding that. Hopefully you're following along while this initial stage, the idealized stage, the love bombing stage is so important. Stay with me for the next video. We're going to really talk about the hook. The hook is critical. The abuse won't start until the hook has been established. Right here, I think there's a prevention point. If you're in an organization, you know what you're looking for, and you're a trusted person, you can notice love bombing. Because this kid, generally speaking, probably isn't super duper special. They're just like every other kid. But a teacher is making them seem so special. They're laughing at all these jokes. They're pulling their little ponytails and swinging them around. They're telling them jokes, knock-knock jokes, funny jokes, not sexual jokes, not weird jokes, but they're giving them a lot of attention. You're just gonna notice that it's like, okay, they're a nice kid, but they're not warranting the level of attention that's being pumped into them. I think that's a prevention point to at least bring up some red flags and start keeping an eye on the situation. Make sure they don't get time alone together. Start keeping your eyes open. That's where you're going to prevent it. When a trusted adult starts noticing, is there some love bombing going on here? When you know the vulnerabilities of a child and you see the early stages of grooming, keep your eyes open. Start looking around. Put your radar up. And don't let them be alone together because opportunity matters. Stay with me for the hook. There's a lot going on right now. And the hook is super important because once the hook is established, that's when the abuse starts.